Right, let's have a quick look at this Keep software, which is at the heart of our Smart Client Management packages, or SCM packages. So the SCM packages look at the strategy, what you're looking to achieve, and then help you implement this software to get the management of your clients to be as effective and as automated as possible. So if we look at a quick tour, we can see here the new leads in the last 30 days. Here we're looking at how we're getting paid, so any quotes which you can create very simply with a couple of clicks, and you send those away, and if they're accepted you can convert them into invoices. So it immediately tells you where you are with the last 30 days of invoices that are sent and that have been paid. We also get an update here on any email broadcasts, so we can broadcast to your whole list or to those specifically tagged to receive specific broadcasts. Also from broadcasts, these come from campaigns. These are automated sequences which sent out over a time period, and depending on the response of the recipients, they're sent into different campaigns and different tags. Here we have tasks, so you can create tasks here, but again these tasks can be created from campaigns. So the best example is if you're sending out a sequence of emails, nurture emails, then if somebody's opening those or clicking on links, then we can create a task that says you need to call that contact because they're showing interest. We can also book appointments here, showing your appointments, most recent ones or the ones that are coming up next, and these are created either from the system here. We can send links out which allow people to book blocks of your time. So again, you set up the blocks you want available when you're available, and it also syncs to Google Calendar so that any appointment in Google is reflected so that you know when you're available and they see your availability. We can also automatically capture leads, so we can create a lead form, very simple one to go on your website or go out on emails, but you can also from the campaigns create landing pages which give people lead magnets, so white papers or reports or anything free in exchange for their emails, and again that brings them into your contacts. So if we take a look at our contacts, let's take a look at one in specific one, and really the basis of all this is have all your data in one place. So here we have the recent activity for this particular contact, emails sent, and where they are in a pipeline, we'll look at in a minute. We can look at all the details we have, and that would include up to 100 custom fields. So you can think about what data do you want to hold on your contacts, and therefore create the fields and have the information there. Email history, any meeting history, and any payment history. So have they paid, invoices, quotes created for this particular contact. You can also here add tasks. So if we were looking through our contacts and thought, right, this is the person I need to call, you can create that task. You could add a note, so if you have a meeting with them, you can add notes to say what you agreed. You can add files, so any information, anything you want to link to this contact. Tags are ways really of segmenting your list. So if this is somebody interested in a particular service, you'd add the tag to say that's what they're interested in, and then they are sent broadcasts and put on campaigns specific for the tag you have there, and similarly there you can add them from here into particular campaigns. The other part that we wanted to have a quick look at is the pipeline. So here we can create sort of visual representation of your sales pipeline. You can add and adapt these categories. So if we start here and say we're putting people into the new, these are people who have shown an interest, and you give a value to typically what they would be worth, or what the deal would be worth. And when you place them into each of these, we can set up an automation sequence. So that may be a nurture sequence of emails that encourage them to move on to the next category. So let's say Dave Davidson here phoned up or clicked and said he wanted a quote. You'd move him onto this category on this section. Now once he's here, we can automatically create a task to say that Dave needs a quote, and again we can start the sequence of emails, the follow-up essentially to that quote. And when he went on to the next stage of collecting down payment, again you would be able to set up a sequence of emails and a task, first of all, to create that the invoice. Now we can add as many categories and many stages as you like here, and they're adapted. You can go on then to onboarding the client, project management, etc. The useful thing is to have on the top here a very good estimate of what your pipeline is going to be like in the next couple of months. So, for example, you'd know that if you got to the stage of collecting down payment, that let's say 90% of those will go on to complete their projects, maybe from the quote stage. You know that it may be 50%, maybe higher. You know that it may be 10 or 20% from this category. So then you can have a very good idea of your cash flow forecast from the contacts in these categories and these stages. So that's it. A very quick run through. Obviously there's a lot more. There's a lot of campaigns running in the background that would help you automate your business. But this gives a very quick view of what you would see day to day using this system. As we mentioned, this is just part of the SCM package, and included in all of them would be support in setting up, support in using, training, and developing to see any campaigns that we can add to this. If you want to find out more, book a quick call and we can go deeper into this system and discuss how it could be applied to your own business.